Crack! Your eggshell splits open and your wet, naked body flops out onto a bed of wood shavings. Welcome to life as a Caique. You're basically a pink, wrinkled potato with a giant head and closed eyes. Not exactly a glamorous entrance. Your siblings are in similar shape, all of you squirming around making pathetic squeaking noises. Mom flies down and looks at you all with what might be pride, or maybe she's just checking which one of you looks the tastiest. She decides to feed you instead. Lucky day. She regurgitates a warm, mushy seed paste directly into your mouth. Nothing like pre-digested bird vomit to start your life? Your parents take turns stuffing your face with this gourmet mush. You just sit there with your mouth open, demanding more like the world's neediest alarm clock. Your whole existence revolves around eating, pooping, and growing feathers. Speaking of feathers, they start poking through your skin like tiny needles. Itchy doesn't begin to describe it. By week 3, you start looking less like a raw chicken nugget and more like an actual bird. Your eyes open to reveal the wooden nest box that's your entire universe. So, this is what you've been missing? Exciting stuff. Now that you can see, you notice your siblings trying to climb all over each other. They're practicing to be the bully of the nest. You join in because, why not? It's not like there's anything else to do in this wooden prison except wait for the next delivery of regurgitated seeds. At 6 weeks old, you finally sport a full set of feathers. Your body is covered in bright green plumage. Your head and thighs are splashed with vibrant orange or yellow, depending on whether you're a black-headed or white-bellied Caique. And you've got a stubby little tail. You're looking pretty sharp for someone who still begs for food with those baby bird screams. You've also discovered your feet aren't just for standing. They're like extra hands. You grab everything, twist upside down, and generally act like the wild acrobat you were born to be. Your parents watch with what looks like bird exasperation as you hang from one foot, flapping around for no reason other than it feels amazing. Time to leave the nest. Your parents nudge you toward the entrance hole. The world outside is huge. Trees stretch up forever. The sky is endless, and there are so many sounds you've never heard before. Terrifying, but awesome. Your first flight attempt is more of a controlled fall as you flutter awkwardly to a nearby branch. Flight school begins immediately. Your parents demonstrate perfect takeoffs and landings while you crash into leaves and bounce off branches. They make it look so easy. Meanwhile, you're still figuring out how to coordinate your wings with your brain. It's like trying to drive a car with no steering wheel. You finally get the hang of flying, more or less. Now comes the hard part. Finding food that isn't pre-chewed by your parents. They show you how to crack open seeds and nuts with your powerful beak. You try it yourself. The seed shoots across the forest like a rocket. Try again. This time, it slips out of your foot and falls to the ground. Your parents pretend not to notice your struggles, but you can tell they're laughing inside. Living in the wild Amazon rainforest isn't all acrobatics and seed cracking. There are dangers everywhere. Hawks circle overhead looking for a colorful snack just like you. Snakes slither through the branches, hoping to catch a distracted Caique. Even some of the bigger parrots might decide you look like trouble and chase you away from the best feeding spots. You stick close to your family flock for protection. There's safety in numbers, plus they know all the good feeding spots. You all travel together from tree to tree, looking for fruits, nuts, and flowers. The older birds always get first pick, naturally. You get the leftovers, but hey, that's still better than nest vomit. Sleeping arrangements are another challenge. You find a cozy hollow in a tree and squeeze in with your family. Everybody wants the middle spot where it's warmest and safest. Being the rookie, you get pushed to the edge where it's drafty and exposed. Sweet dreams. Life settles into a routine. Wake up at dawn, screech loudly because you can. Fly to feeding areas. Eat until your crop is bulging. Play around by swinging upside down and wrestling with your siblings. Find more food, avoid predators, and return to the roost at dusk. Not a bad life, except for the constant threat of becoming someone else's dinner. The rainforest has rules, and rule number 1 is, someone always wants to eat you. But you've got tricks. When danger approaches, you freeze completely still, your green feathers blending with leaves. Or you dive into dense foliage where larger birds can't follow. Sometimes the whole flock erupts in loud alarm calls, creating such a racket that predators just give up and look for quieter meals. Then one day, something changes. You start feeling odd urges. You want to show off your flying skills more. You puff up your feathers and bob your head when certain other Caiques fly by. Congratulations, You've hit Caique puberty. Now begins the awkward phase of trying to impress a potential mate without looking completely ridiculous. Courtship is complicated. First, you have to find someone who's both impressed by your head-bobbing dance and not already paired up. Then, you have to convince them you're worth spending the next 25 to 30 years with. Your colorful feathers help, but personality matters too. You try regurgitating some choice fruit for a pretty Caique with bright eyes. She accepts your gross gift. Progress. After a whirlwind romance of food sharing and mutual preening, you're officially a pair. Time to find a nest. This means hours of exploring to find the perfect tree hollow. Too small and you'll be cramped. Too large and predators can get in. Too exposed and the rain will soak you. It's basically bird real estate hunting, and the market is competitive. You finally find the perfect spot and defend it fiercely against other cavity-nesting birds. Your mate lays 2 to 4 eggs, and now the real fun begins. Both of you take turns sitting on the eggs for hours at a time. Have you ever tried sitting perfectly still for 8 hours straight? It's mind-numbingly boring. The eggs finally hatch, and now you're on the other side of the food chain. Your babies scream for food constantly. You fly back and forth all day gathering seeds and fruits to regurgitate for these ungrateful little noise machines. They grow so fast that no matter how much you feed them, they always want more. Your life is no longer your own. You belong to these hungry beaks now. Before you know it, your chicks are fully feathered and ready to leave the nest. You teach them everything you learned: how to fly, how to find food, how to avoid becoming a snake's lunch. They're not particularly good students, but they'll learn eventually, just like you did. Life continues this way, season after season. You raise clutches of chicks. Some survive, some don't. That's just nature. During dry seasons, food becomes scarce, and everyone fights over the limited resources. During wet seasons, the abundance is amazing, but so is the competition from other hungry animals. Your once vibrant plumage starts to fade a bit with age. You're not as quick to dodge that hawk as you once were. The younger Caiques don't show you the respect you clearly deserve, but you've got wisdom they lack. You know which fruits ripen first and where the safest sleeping spots are. You've survived this long for a reason. One morning, you wake up feeling extra stiff. Your mate nudges you affectionately. You've been together for decades now, through good times and bad. You've raised countless chicks and survived all the jungle could throw at you. You stretch your wings and prepare for another day of Caique life. You launch from your roosting spot for your morning flight, your colorful feathers catching the first rays of sunshine. Life as a Caique has its challenges, but soaring through the canopy with the wind in your feathers and the whole jungle spread out below you. Not so bad after all, even if a jaguar is eyeing you from a branch and thinking, parrot for breakfast? Don't mind if I do.